Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Top of the morning to you. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So happy to be in the building. One more time. Well, glad to be in the service. One more time. Good morning, everybody. I am, of course, one of the most loved and most hated individuals in the region. I'm such a there's such a dichotomy to who I am. The duality of who I am. I'm such a Gemini, two twins, even though I'm not a Gemini at all in any way, shape, or form. Clearly, Aries is what. My fault. Clearly, an Aries is what I am. That was another IT issue. We have them all the time on the show. And welcome to See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to get up every morning and give y'all just too much of what's going on in my personal life. I just go out and explain way too much. I talk about way too much that I got going on. I let you way too deep into my world. I think that there's a transparency. I'm translucent. I don't let y'all know everything. I think y'all are close though. 90% of my life I just put out here and just tell to you all. And you all went from being strangers to really being kind of a family unit. The people who are regularly watching. But you got people who tune in all times of day. So thank y'all for coming in. People who watch it weeks later. Whatever you watching, man, thank you so much for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Now, I'm gonna talk about y'all. We'll talk about that later. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you have watched this show before and you found it not robbery to come back in and watch again, thank you so much. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And I appreciate that. The first thing I do in this morning on this show every time, the only consistent thing, if the show is 5 minutes or 5 hours, the only consistent thing that you're going to find is that I get on and I speak to the people that speak to me. So let me go ahead and knock that on out this morning, starting off by giving out the mythical medals for the first 3 people who speak to me. Coming in with the bronze this morning is Crystal, TT, Peniel, Tiny, and Tasty. What up, TT? Hey there, TT. TT's in the building. Winning the silver this morning is Denzel. Don't call me Training Day Glover. He's in the building. And winning the gold, as she will win a upcoming election, is the future clerk of Portsmouth City Circuit Court, Yolanda Boyd Daughtry. She is in here winning. Daughtry. That's how you say it if you're from Minnesota. Daughtry. So she wins the gold this morning. So Yolanda with the gold, Denzel with the silver, Crystal with the bronze, and almost winning a medal, but not quite. They get the aluminum fourth. Goes to Courtney Wesley Murphy, the pride of North Carolina. Also, here's Betty. My man Snoop is in the building. Pastor Shy was up in your region this weekend. Patricia Pippin is in the building. Melissa Kutha, good morning. Dolores Lewis is in the building. Erica, good morning. Melissa Kutha, good morning. Wilberta's in the building. Ruth is in the building. Good morning. Everybody that's in the building. Hey, Yolanda's hilarious. Yes, you are my first. Well, not my first, because that would indicate that we've had some kind of relation. We not. You the first on the show today. But a good double entendre there, Yolanda. Good double entendre. Shannon is in the building. Good morning. So I was just speaking earlier today about the things that we're trying to do to grow the show. And I say we, because I talk to 3 people about the show almost every day. That would be me, myself, and I. So the 3 of us have some conversations, and we need to see how do we make the show grow. Do we appreciate where we are? Absolutely. But do we want to be able to expand from where we were before? Absolutely as well. So we want to try to do things to push the show to higher platforms. And when I say higher platforms, it's really about people watching it. Good morning, Lakia. Good morning, Crystal Sex Appeal. It's really about people watching. So if you are watching, if you get an opportunity, if you find the show to be something that you enjoy and you want others to enjoy it as well, I want you to use your platforms, your social media. Just hit the share button. You can share the show, let other people watch it. And be like, hey, look, there's a little something that you can tune into every day. Just, share the show. And if you want to be a blessing to the show, all we ask for you for the listener sponsorship is $1 a week. If you find it in your heart to be like, I'll give you $1. I ain't asking you to reach into your pockets. I ain't asking you for you to go deep. One junior bacon cheeseburger. $1 a week. And I know people normally be on their way to work, and I'm fine with it, Denzel, if they're on their way to work. Let them go work. Let them get this money. Good morning, Lynette. Let them get this money. I'll do that. I might see you in the evenings. I might try to do the evenings, and I tell you what the problem is for me, Denzel. It's rough for me in the evening. The evening time is rough for me because I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm always doing something. I might start doing the evening edition. That might be a whole nother show. It'll be See You in the Morning. My man LaTroy, I was just talking about you this weekend, LaTroy. That's crazy that you would tune up today. I might just do like an evening edition. I love the morning. I love getting this. If I was somebody that went to the gym regularly, this is how I would do my gym. I would go to the gym, get that out of the way in the morning, then have my whole day. That's how I do the show. Get up, get the show done, and then have the rest of my day. The rest of my day just be so crazy. It's it's hard to just dedicate your time to the evening. So that's crazy. LaTroy, if I'm not mistaken, I believe your daughter went to a ring dance, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think I saw a picture of it, and I was like, oh, man, LaTroy. And I was like, oh, I finally got the invite to LaTroy's wedding. So let everybody know LaTroy did invite me to the wedding. I'm on the LaTroy list, the LL, the LaTroy list. I made it onto the LaTroy list. But anyway, if you wanted to sponsor the show, $1 a week, that's all we ask for. You can send it right there to Cletus Comedy on the Cash App. Good morning, Sharon Anderson, running for city council in the city of Portsmouth. Y'all go check out Sharon and what she has to offer as you prepare to vote in November. Good morning, Marche, Trouble Copeland, Christine. So that's the thing. So Mondays are always about the weekend recap. I'll recap what I did over the weekend, and I made a horrendous mistake this weekend. I made a horrendous mistake this weekend. Horrendous. I'm talking about high level mistake. It's a mistake that I should never make. It's a mistake that I know better than to make, but I made it anyway. And I'm gonna let y'all know what I did and how it will never happen again. I had a show in Jamaica, Queens this weekend. Jamaica, Queens. It's like Jamaica without any kind of sun, sand, or good times. It was in Queens, New York. It was actually a very dangerous place. But Jamaica is a dangerous place too. But that's not the point. I had a show in Jamaica, Queens this weekend. So the show in Jamaica, Queens was at 6:00 in the evening. I ended up headlining that show. Big shout outs to everybody that was on that show. Chanel, Renee, Billy the Billionaire, Gilbert. That was it. Those are the other 2 comics on the show and myself. Fantastic show. What a show. Excellent audience. I got a kneeling ovation. That's when everybody doesn't stand up. That's like when 3 people stand. There was people who stood up during my show, but I think they were just going to the bathroom. But anyway, I had a great time. I had a great show. Came up there, stood and delivered. That show, I ended up being on stage around 8:00, 8:30 in New York. I drove up. And there was a reason why I drove. The driving up wasn't a mistake. While I prefer to take the train or the bus, no, I don't hate the bus. I take the train or fly. I don't like the bus. The bus, if you're taking the bus, it says to me that you've given up on life. All the modes of transportation we have now, if you riding the bus somewhere, it tells me that you've given up on life. If you taking that Greyhound, I'm taking it that it's gonna be your last ride. Well, Bird, I don't know if you're telling me to give you a call. I don't think I have your phone number. If you get on that bus, that means that's your last ride that you've given up on life. If you make the conscious decision to go Greyhound, I just believe that you don't care about your life anymore. The train is such an amazing experience. If you take the train, you know where you're getting, especially here on the East Coast. If I want to take that trip to DC, I know exactly what I'm getting on the train. A lot of times it's less expensive than me putting gas in the car. I can lay back, I can sleep. I know I'm not getting caught in traffic. The train will never get caught in traffic. Never get caught in traffic. Amtrak is beautiful. Going to New York, going to DC, taking that train, beautiful. You know, you got a straight shot. You're not gonna get caught in traffic. You can, if you get hungry during the way, it's a little snack cart. It's usually a different brand of individual on the train. I ain't gonna lie to you. People on the train tend to be a bit classier. Now, airplane is, of course, your preferred way to go. But that train is a different class of people on that train. People on the train seem to be train classy. Now, I want to take one of those across the world train rides where you get a whole room and all that kind of stuff. I want to feel like Sherlock Holmes. I want to get one of those. But just a regular train has worked for me. Amtrak has always worked for me. However, Amtrak's schedule doesn't always work for me. If you need to go, I would love to be able to take the train from here to like Atlanta. But once you stop just going straight up the East Coast, train, take it out of the picture. You got to get on the flight. A train from here to Atlanta takes like 6 months. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't know why it takes that long. But if you take the train from here to Atlanta, it's like 6 months. It's just completely ridiculous. So I drove up to New York. The reason I drove to New York was because I had the show in New York that started at 6 p.m. But I also had a show back in Virginia at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. So I would have had to either catch kind of like a red eye flight. It would just been ridiculous trying to get there and back. So I was like, let me just go ahead and drive. So I drove up to New York. After my show in New York, my show ended in New York. I was out of the building in my vehicle again at 9 p.m. and I began to drive towards Virginia. I was in Richmond. Now, here's how I planned it. My plan was to drive from New York until I got tired. Whenever I got tired, I would stop in that city, book a hotel, stay the night, then get up and go to Richmond. I even had looked it over. I was like, man, I might be able to make it all the way to Richmond. It's only 5 hours. I could take from 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. 9 to 5 hours after 9 is 2 o'clock. I was like, it'll just be 2 a.m. I might not be that tired, but we'll see what happens. If you've ever driven from New York or to New York or in the region, the New Jersey Turnpike is a long stretch. It's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour and a half stretch. It's just the New Jersey Turnpike. I had to get off the New Jersey Turnpike. That had to be done. Had to be done. Had to get out of there. So I drove the whole New Jersey Turnpike. I got out the Turnpike. The Turnpike doesn't give you anything of excitement on either side. It's just black. It's dark. You just driving for hours in black darkness. So I ended up being sleepy. I said, I'm going to pull over. I'm now tired. I go on my application. I go on my phone app. And I said, let me get a hotel room. Now, because I was doing what's called a turn and burn. I wasn't concerned about the amenities of the hotel. I just wanted to make sure that the hotel was clean, that I could leave out without bed bugs. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money. On the hotel. I didn't want to go into a crack hotel, but I also didn't need to be in the Four Seasons. I need to be in between crack and Four Seasons. Give me 4 seasons of crack, I'm good. So I saw a hotel that I thought I don't want to, put the name of the hotel out there because I don't want them to seem like a lower thing. I went through the ratings. I looked at the ratings and the reviews from the people. The people was like, oh, it's a beautiful hotel, comfortable, blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, cool. Went ahead, booked the hotel. It was in the price point that I wanted it in. I went ahead and booked the hotel. I ended up booking this hotel, get the directions, drive to the hotel. It was on my route. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I get to the hotel. Give me a moment because I'm having some PTSD. I get to the hotel, and to my chagrin, first thing I noticed is the doors are on the outside. If y'all know anything about me, I don't stay places where the doors are on the outside. It's the only thing I ask for a hotel is for all the doors to be inside. Don't have me exposed to the outside world. I need the doors to be on the inside. I need all the rooms to be inside. And I saw the doors was outside. And I was like, I'm finna die. I'm gonna die. And for a moment, I was like, they can have the money. For a moment, I was like, listen, I just donated to charity. I was like, they can have the money. But I was sleepy. And I didn't want to spend more money. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go in. I'll trust you. I started walking into the door. When I got out of the car to go check in, I just got out. I was like, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. I had to anoint the room. I had to anoint the room with Jesus music. I was like, y'all finna get this. And I walked in and Habib and them were like, welcome. And I was like, no, it's Habib. I worship and adore you. I was so nervous. But I went in and they asked for a deposit. This is what I want these hotels to do. I need the hotels to stop it. Hotels be out here charging way too much on this security hold. Y'all be doing too much with the incidental hold. Just want to tell you. Y'all be doing too much. I don't know when the last time I frequent hotels. I'm not a hoe in any. I'm still a virgin, but I frequent hotels. The incidental charges be too much. When you out here charging $100 a night, $200 hole, $100 a night, whatever. $25 is enough. $25 a night is enough. $25 period is really enough of an incidental hole. I walk in here, they got doors on the outside. They told me so they got $100 incidental hole. I didn't even pay $100 to stay here. What are we doing right now? This is what y'all doing? They want $100. Y'all want $100 for me to this any? What incidentals am I gonna have in here? There ain't no room service. The doors is outside. I should charge you $100 incidental hole just so I can guarantee that I'll be safe. The doors is outside. That way the $100 should go to me. You should give me $100 that I give back to you if I make it out of here safely. If I survive the night, I should get $100. I was surprised they gave me a key card. I was expecting a physical key to go in that room. I was surprised. I was shocked and appalled. And they gave me a key card. I was like, oh, look at y'all into the 90s. But they were very pleasant. They gave me a receipt. It seemed like a high quality motel because definitely wasn't a hotel. And there wasn't any numbers after that. I didn't know. There was no date. There was no numbers. There was no numbers or nothing. I was like, so I thought the hotel was safe to stay in. Had it been a 6 or an 8, I knew not to stay there. I know those doors are outside. But when they had stuff like buy Marriott or buy somebody, I feel like I'm safe, right? I realized I was not safe. I was in the wrong side of town when a lady came in afterwards and said, do y'all still have rooms available? I'm going to tell y'all something. I've been doing hotels for a long time now. I've been traveling a long time in more than one way. And I can't remember the last time I seen somebody come to the counter and be like, y'all got any rooms available? Dead giveaway. I knew right then my life was in danger. That lady came up and she was scratching. She was like, y'all got any rooms available? I was like, is this the end? She's like, y'all got any rooms available? And I was like, I love you, Jesus. I just knew. Praise is what I do. She was like, y'all got any rooms available? They were like, yeah. She's like, how much? I was like, uh-oh. Not only she asked, I was like, she got to ask how much the room is. Ain't no way she going to be able to afford the incidentals. So she pulls out, they were like, we just need your ID, ma'am. And this is when it really got weird. She gave him the ID. And she said, and they were like, man, we can't take your ID. It's expired. You need a valid ID. She's like, no, I'm good. I'm a regular here. Wait a minute. I'm a regular? She's like, Wendy lets me stay here all the time. I was like, who is Wendy? Wendy ain't even here. And crazy. I was like, can I just get my key? I don't even want to know how this ends. Even though I was really curious, I wanted to kind of sit down and just be like, I just want to see where this goes. It fooled me, y'all. I read the amenities. That thing was like they had plenty of on-site parking, no fee, fitness room. They were like, we got every morning breakfast. I was like, oh, they got breakfast in the morning. Right? Why is she snitching on Wendy? Wendy finna get fired. She's like, Wendy lets me do it all the time. She's like, I'm a regular. Man, I went in, got in my room, put all the locks on the doors. I actually went to my car, checked all the locks on the car, got in the room, put the locks on the door, the bolt, the deadbolt. Matter of fact, there was a Lowe's hardware store right next door. I ran into Lowe's real quick and bought a lock. I put that on the door, then put all my luggage in front of the door. Put my luggage in front of the door. I was like, ain't nobody getting in here. I'm finna be secure. I went and I moved the bed. Put the bed in front of the door. I had to leave the housekeeper a tip because she had to rearrange the room when I left. Put the sofa in front of the door, the refrigerator. I had all that stuff in front of the door. I was like, ain't finna happen today. Not today. You won't get these goodies. My goodies, not my goodies. Made a crucial error. I'm gonna tell y'all now, this is the last time I booked my hotel without, and normally, and it is my fault. And it's because I was doing it in a rush situation. Normally, if I have to book my own hotel, even if I get it from a third-party service, like I don't mind using an Expedia or Hotwire. I've used Hotwire so much, man. I've saved so much money on hotels. It's one of the things that helps me when I tell people, hey, this is how much it's gonna cost for boarding. Like if I do a show out of town, they ask me how much it is. I'm like, hey, this is the fee for me coming. This is how much it costs for me to get travel and board. You can either book my hotel, it has to be as a certain star rating, or if y'all leave me to book it, it's gonna be this much. Then you give me the amount of money, and then I go ahead and I book it myself. I love using Hotwire. I've never had a bad experience. People, I don't know, because you don't know what hotel you're getting. When you stay 3.5, you say 3.5 for hotel, you should be good. Know your star ratings. 3.5, 4.0, you should be fine. You should be A-okay. I've come up in some amazing hotels, and I ain't even gonna lie. I've paid Hotwire price for them, and I've been in there when people have had to pay their regular price, and I've been like, woo! I almost want to tap them and be like, yo, cancel your reservation and go on Hotwire and get it. I ain't no better feeling to me than to be in a hotel and so I just seen somebody pay like $250 a night for the room, and I know I paid $79. Know your star rating. You gotta know your star ratings, no matter where you at in life. Know your star ratings. Do your research. That was my fault. I didn't do my research. I booked the room. Normally, if I see a room, I see a price, even on the hotels.com, I will go out of hotels.com and go back and look at the room. I will pull the room up on the interwebs myself. I didn't do that this time. Dead giveaway. And I almost lost my life because I didn't research. Almost lost my life because I didn't research. You all gotta do your research, people. That's all I'm saying. You can always find stuff out there. Do your research. Same thing when it comes to restaurants. Do your research. Big shout outs to the Smyrna Diner. If you ever in Smyrna, Delaware, Smyrna, Smyrna, Delaware, go to the Smyrna Diner. Smyrna, amazing breakfast. French toast, just like mom used to make. I've gotten the vegetable omelet the last couple of times I went in there. Veggie omelet, no cheese, been great. The home fries, they give you so much food. This is no lie. Both times that I've gone to the Smyrna Diner, I haven't even been able to eat all my food. Cut it in half. I brought the rest of it home and had breakfast with it the next day. It's been real. It's been real. Smyrna Diner is off the change. They got a breakfast buffet on Saturdays, $16.99. We ain't had a solid breakfast buffet since Shoney's. And what Shoney's didn't have that Cracker Barrel has, Shoney's didn't have good enough food to make you overlook their racism. Shoney's was good, but not you can be racist good. Cracker Barrel is good enough that you overlook the obvious racism in Cracker Barrel. There's no way you should never, as a black person, you should never feel completely comfortable in Cracker Barrel. You should never feel completely comfortable in Cracker Barrel. You just shouldn't. It's a barrel of them in there. You should feel when you walk in the old country store, you shouldn't feel comfortable. Now, George, you asked about Golden Corral. I actually have a joke about Golden Corral. But Golden Corral started feeling themselves. That's the problem with Golden Corral. Golden Corral started feeling themselves. And that's when they got in the problem. Golden Corral started feeling themselves. It's like the Dollar Tree. If you look, there are reports that Dollar Tree is gonna have to start closing some stores. They're gonna have to start closing some Dollar Trees and Dollar Generals throughout the country, just not getting the revenue. It's because Dollar Tree started filling their sales. You were in perfect position when you charged $1. Everybody went. There was no reason to not go to the Dollar Tree when everything was only $1. When everything in the Dollar Tree was $1, you were living on top of the world. But you started feeling yourself. You got grown. You got to get a little mannish. Dollar Tree started to get a little hair on his testicles, and they decided they was going to go out and test the world. And like, oh, we're going to raise the price to $1.25. Then after they raise the price to $1.25, they're like, oh, we're going to put meat in here. We're going to charge you $5 for meat. We're going to charge you $3 for this. And now Dollar Tree is getting ready to go out of business because you started feeling yourself. You wanted to be a grown-up, and you want a grown-up yet. You ain't grown. Dollar Tree, you ain't grown. You got a little hair underneath your arms. You got a little hair in your arms, and you thought you was grown. You was ready to get out there. You realize the real world is tough. Dollar Tree. You realize the real world, you should have kept your prices at $1, but no. You threw that cord on the end. Now you in trouble. That's how I feel about Golden Corral. The best part about Golden Corral, it wasn't the food. You didn't go to Golden Corral because it was great food. Tell that lie to somebody else. You didn't go to Golden Corral because the food was amazing. You went to Golden Corral because A, it was the only place you could take all the kids and family and everybody find something that they like. And B, the price was right. The price won't high. It won't about, nobody sits there and says, I don't know anybody outside of the rolls, and they done let those kind of slide off. Outside of the rolls at Golden Corral, I don't know anybody who's ever longed for any of the food at Golden Corral. You ain't never sat around and just been like, ooh, I want some Golden Corral. Fill in your food here. Golden Corral is serviceable at best. Serviceable at best. The chicken was good, but it was fried chicken. Carlita, it was fried chicken. You ain't getting anything. See, Piccadilly was the only place you can go get you some solid liver and onions. Everybody ain't on that. Piccadilly can get you some solid liver and onions and Jell-O. Ain't too many restaurants in the world where you can get liver and onion and Jell-O at the same meal. I'll have the liver and onions and I'll have the Jell-O. You can walk out of Piccadilly with liver onions, a cucumber salad, and Jello. And there's no other restaurant in the world where you get that combination. Y'all tell me where it is. Where I can get me some liver and onions, a cucumber salad, and some Jello. Old Country Buffet was great. Old Country Buffet was great. They just couldn't compete with Golden Corral. Golden Corral was different. Old Country Buffet let themselves fall off. But Old Country Buffet was amazing. Golden Corral don't have it. But then Golden Corral, now they at the point where they starting to fill their sales. Golden Corral got his first pubic hair that wasn't in somebody's food. Golden Corral just got their first pubic hair that wasn't in somebody's food. And so now they're sitting there thinking, okay, we somebody. We going through food puberty. We can raise our price. I went to Golden Corral. I thought I was at Ruth Chris. Golden Corral should be $10. $10 most, maybe 11. But now Golden Corral is out of control with their prices. Golden Corral is out of control with their prices. I'll say it. And the problem is most people that go to Golden Corral pretty old. Pretty old. You got older people going to Golden Corral. It's not a young people's restaurant. Now, that young lady that was talking about on the first date taking her to Cheesecake Factory was unacceptable. She's doing too much. But going to Golden Corral on the first date, that's bad. It's not for the young people. Let me see. I'm going to try to figure out if I can find out the prices at Golden Corral now. They got the menu. See, that's how you know they've gone too far. They won't even let you know online how much the menu costs. They just tell you what's on the menu, but they won't tell you how much. See, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. Ought to be ashamed of themselves. They'll tell you their little specials. They'll tell you all the specials they got. But they ain't gonna let you know how much it costs. See, Golden Corral gone too far. They should call themselves Gone Too Far Corral. Gone Too Far Corral. They got Golden Corral delivery. I'm gonna tell you who's not getting that. Nobody. Nobody's getting Golden Corral delivery. I think Golden Corral at like $17.99, $20 once you add tax to go to Golden Corral. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. $17.99 for Golden Corral is crazy. That's without tax. You got to go in Delaware where there's no tax. Golden Corral is crazy. Crazy. It's crazy. See, but you got to take a pep band. That's why you take a band. You take a band or somewhere like that because you got so many different people in the band. You got people who vegetarians and vegans and people who don't eat pork, people who do eat pork. When you got all those types of people in a band, that's the best part. You can go ahead and take them. Sharon saying, if I'm not mistaken, it's Mo on Sundays. Golden Corral, count your days. Count your days till you got to get out to our collective houses. Count your days, Golden Corral, till you got to get out of our collective houses because now you acting too grown. And we about to kick you out of our collective homes. Bye, Golden Corral. I already know one Golden Corral that already bit the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. So y'all watch yourselves, Golden Corral. Watch yourselves. That ain't what the show. See how this show just goes any kind of way. You see how this show, and I've even given myself some guidelines and stuff that I'm supposed to talk about every show. This was all just a weekend recap. So shout out to the Queens, New York. I forget the name of the church that I was at in Queens. I forgot what the name of the church was, but shout outs to them for having me out. Then shout outs to Friends and Family Church in Richmond. I came through really quick because I was super tired. I told them from the stage, hey, y'all don't look for me after this. If y'all think I'm staying for the preaching and all that stuff, it ain't gonna be no way. Ain't gonna be no way I'm gonna be able to sit still and make it through service. I'm too tired. I'm giving y'all this and I'm out. Pastor's birthday. They always try to celebrate the pastor's birthday. But here's what I need y'all to do. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I really enjoy doing shows at churches. I enjoy my corporate events. I enjoy all that. I love being on the stage. Now I'm not stage thirsty where you just gonna have me on stage and I'll do anything to be on the stage. I've reached a point in my career now where I can tell you no. I don't have a problem with saying no. No, I can't do it. You have your little event, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I ain't coming. You ask me how much, I tell you how much. And if you start having asthma attacks and deep breathing, I'm like, okay, it's cool. I don't have FOMO anymore. I don't have the fear of missing out. I've gotten to the point of my career now where the price is the price. Speaking of prices, you're watching See You in the Morning, my daily morning show. If you like to be a supporter of the show, $1 a week. You can send it to the Cash App listed. That's all we ask. It's for $1. You send $1, man, and I appreciate it. It helps us with stuff like the internet bill and paying the IT department. But nowadays, man, I ain't worried. I ain't worried about it now. People, you just don't know how people do, man. People will call you, be like, man, do you still do comedy? Be like, yeah, man, I do comedy. Hey, man, how much? And I tell them how much. And they be like, well, how long? It's not about how long I go. Do you ask prostitutes how long? No, you don't. Prostitute comes in and tells you the price. The price is the price. The price is the price. And I'm going to get you where you need to be in my time frame. But now you ask people be like, how much? I used to be a time where I had a fear of missing out on any money. I tell people what my price was and they start hemming and hawing like they couldn't pay it. And I'll come back and be like, well, how much can you pay? How much you got? Then they come with some ridiculous price. And then I'm out there doing a show for 2 popsicles and a chicken wing. No, those days is gone. It's the BET price now. Y'all just got to pay it. If you don't pay it, you don't pay it. And I'm like, cool, I'm fine with it. I'm okay. Sometimes you got to know both your value and your worth. Know your value, your worth, and your price. Be your price. Because here's what happens, especially people in the African American community. So a lot of times I hate even helping people. Listen, the African American community, y'all can go out there and you can ruin people looking out for you. It doesn't fail. I've done stuff for people before and they be like, what's the price? And I'd be like, hey, look, here's what the price is, but I'll do it for you because of the relationship that we have, something in the past, or I'm just in a given mood, or I'm feeling like looking out. I'll be like, I'll do it for you for X amount. I'll say, for example, if I tell you 500, but we really close friends, we grew up together, or I really feel whatever the vision of your situation is, I might be like, okay, but I'll do it for you for 100. People in the African American community, keep that business to yourself. Stop going out telling everybody, hey man, look, call him, he'll do it for $100. No, I won't. Now you got them thinking that that's what I'm doing. No, it's not what I do. It's not. So now, because of people who've been like, hey man, he did it for me, call him, he'll do it. Tell him the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plane. I don't have no coupons. Ain't no coupons. This is what it is. This is what the price is. This is what you do. So when you refer me to somebody, just be like, hey man, I got a guy. Hey, hit him up. Then let me do all the pricing. You don't have time to be out there giving my price too. This ain't Food Line. Thank you, Carlita. I appreciate it. Carlita was there yesterday. The lady was in the Victoria's Secret ministry. Y'all, you had to be there to understand. Y'all stop ruining it for other people. And here's the thing. It's comics out here. This is how I know the game that I'm in is crazy. What people don't understand about comedy. Thank you, Horace. Comedy is a whole different beast. You know, it's actual comedians that'll go out here and try to undercut whatever I'm doing. They be like, man, you ain't got to pay all that money that you got to pay for Cletus. Give me $75. I'll come out there and kill the show. And they don't come out and kill. They actually just go out there and die. They don't kill. They just go out there and die. It's two different things. Now you don't went out there and call yourself saving money because you don't went and got Rodney G to come out there, and now he done did a horrible job. He ain't did nothing but dance around the stage and gyrate, and now your show went crazy. And now you wishing you would just went ahead and paid me the money to come out. No, you went out there, you get what you want. You went out there and bought you some Air Jordans and went out there and played basketball, and now you trying to figure out why your ankles is broken because you wearing a pair of Air Jordans. Either you spend the money on the jerseys or you don't. DJs are horrible. Listen, DJs are the worst. If you are having an event or if you, I'm telling you, your DJ can make or break your event. Pay the money for the DJ. Ain't nothing worse than you trying to be cheap and then a dude show up with his iPhone, and a Bose speaker. What about he DJs? No, you don't. You play music in the background. My bad. Ain't nobody know who I was talking about until you came in and said it. What's up, Big B? Y'all, now you done paid this money. Now you trying to figure out why your sound is horrible. Listen, at minimum, if your DJ don't have wireless microphones, tell him we appreciate it, but we gonna go with somebody else. Can't nobody hear. You can't move but 6 inches because he ain't got no long cord on his. No, let it go. Your DJ is going to set the mood, and it's nothing worse than you trying to skimp on the money by not paying the DJ. Pay the DJ. And believe you me, most of the time, if a DJ costs a little bit of money, it's because of how well he does. He knows how to play. He knows how to follow the tone of the room. He knows how to know what people like. He's going to come to your event and see everybody in there 70, and he's not going to play Sexy Red. You get what you pay for. Man, it ain't nothing worse to me than when I go to a show in today's time, in 2024, I go to the DJ and be like, hey, man, there should not be a situation where you ask the DJ, do you have? It's 2024. The whole world is available. If I go to the DJ and be like, do you have this song? He'd be like, no, I ain't got none of that. Why are you here? Why are you hired? And I'm not asking you for an obscure Mozart song. I'm asking you for a regular song. Hey, man, you got this. He should be like, yeah, let me pull that up. If he don't already have it saved on his computer, he should be able to go right to whatever his streaming service is and pull it up. Bop, 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 got you. I'm going to have that on for you. A DJ telling you I don't have that song in 2024 is ridiculous. It is completely and utterly ridiculous. You should fire him immediately. If I go to the DJ and be like, hey, man, he'd be like, what you want to come out to? And I'd be like, Zoom by the Commodores. He should be like, okay. And I know everybody ain't playing Zoom by the Commodores. It's not a popular song, but I like it. Put it on. A lot of times, man, if y'all have seen me recently in my shows and the phase that I'm going through now, I'm going on stage suited and booted. Nice blazer on, the fedora. And sometimes I do shows, especially if I'm at a club, I like to come up to Kelly Price's Friend of Mine. If y'all are not familiar with Friend of Mine, it is the tale of Kelly Price making a heart-wrenching and painful phone call to her godfather, Mr. Biggs. And she calls to explain to her how she found that her best friend and her husband were intertwined, were having an entanglement. Mr. Big, and finding out that his goddaughter, whom he had vowed to protect her heart, was in such a situation, he immediately wanted to call the gentleman who she was in a relationship with, who she was in an enamorous relationship with. Mr. Big decided this young man deserves a phone call from me. He listened intently to her story and then said, well, call him up. And she informed him that she didn't want to. And he said, call him. Call him right now. Call him. He was on his way over there, but he said, call him. Call him right now. You see it, Keith. He said why. And he didn't say why without he put emphasis on that WH. Why? Why, baby? Why? So I asked for that song as a come-up song. Because when I would come up to the stage, hat, jacket, I would like for the introductory line of the phone call to be my entrance. Right after Mr. Robert Kelly answers the phone, asleep in his bed or someone's bed. Hello? Who's this? And this is it. Boom, boom, boom. This is Mr. Biggs. And that's it. When I walk on the stage, and that thing hits, boom, 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 boom. They introduce, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cletus Cassidy. Boom, 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 boom. This is Mr. Biggs. And I get to the, listen here. I slay him every time. This is Mr. Biggs. And then we sing it back. How you doing, Mr. Biggs? The crowd is in. What the is going on? I got them every time. They right there with it. And then I got a joke to come off of right off the telly, because I'm a genius on that stage. You can take whatever you want to say. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me on that stage. I'm a genius on that stage. On that stage, is not too many that can deal with me on that stage. I got a joke that comes right off of that, and it hits for every age range. I kill them with it. But for me to go to a show and the DJ be like, I don't have a friend of mine. What is wrong with you? What you mean you don't have it? I'm telling you exactly. I need friend of mine at the 549 point. Play it. Kelly's telling me that you're sleeping with another woman. Now, his retort is amazing. Just because she sees me with her doesn't mean I'm sleeping with her. But if you're not sleeping with her, what the you doing with her? And then again, Robert comes with an amazing retort. Well, I could be just talking. He said, I could be just talking with her. Or you could be just creeping with her. Now, son, when he breaks that thing down, man to man, we both know the game. And the cutoff is what I like. Yeah, but what's that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The cutoff is great. He's trying to get something in. R. Kelly just wants to get a couple of words in. Wait a minute. It's so perfectly broken down. It's a masterpiece. Now, Trapped in the Closet is a whole different. Trapped in the Closet, y'all say what y'all want to say. Hamilton is by far my favorite musical. But Trapped in the Closet is number 2. 7:00 in the morning and the rays from the sun wakes me. I'm stretching and yawning in a bed that don't belong to me. Listen, my favorite musical by far is Hamilton. There's nobody even close to Hamilton. Second is Trapped in the Closet. Then maybe we can throw Dreamgirls in after that. But there's nothing that tops Trapped in the Closet. All 33 chapters. It's just too much. It's Hamilton and Trapped in the Closet. Judge your Aunt Jacob. I'm not here for the foolishness. We're not debating it. There's no debate. Greatest musicals of all time. Hamilton is number 1. Trapped in the Closet is number 2. If they put Trapped in the Closet on the stage, I am there. That moment. The moment that they put a stage version of Trapped in the Closet, Jacorius Johnson is out there making anything into a musical on stage. He had New Jack City, Set It Off. He's now got the Rick James Story. Why Trapped in the Closet is not on there is a whole different thing. Now, Keith, I ain't coming out of nobody's closet. I'm not even in a closet. Actually, I live a closetless life. There's no closet in my life. But I'm just telling y'all, Trapped in the Closet is amazing. Trapped in the Closet was genius. Now, by far, Robert Kelly is a sexual predator, a predator, a monster who belongs in prison. He is exactly where he needs to be. He should be. How many years has he been in? However many years he's been in, he should be that many times prison talent show champion. Whoever was winning the prison talent show before R. Kelly got in there was mad as a mug when he got sentenced. Junebug Jenkins seen it. He was like, man, I'm the 3-time talent show champion of the world right here in state penitentiary. He watching the news. Robert Kelly sentenced to prison. Oh, man, my run is done. He went and shanked somebody out of pure anger. Being an R. Kelly fan is hard. I'm not a fan of R. Kelly the person. I'm not a fan of R. Kelly the person at all. He is a nasty, disgusting, vile human being. But he made some hits. We'll spend 5 quick minutes, and I'll ask you all. I don't even know how we got to this subject. Can you separate the artist from the art? Is there a way to separate the artist from the art? Some of the songs I just can't get with no more. I was never really a big fan of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number because that already was saying something wrong. I knew that was wrong. I just knew Age Ain't Nothing But a Number was wrong. But yet we still allow Keith Sweat to say indefinitely, you may be young, but you're ready. Ready to learn. You're not a little girl. You're a woman. Take my hand. We allowed him to say that. We allowed Keith Sweat to, and we sang that thing. You may be young, but you're ready. Rick James said she was only 17, but she was freaky. Can we separate the artist from their art? And here's why R. Kelly is a particular conundrum. R. Kelly has written so many songs in the gospel industry. So can I not rock with Marvin Sapp anymore because R. Kelly wrote songs for Marvin Sapp? Can I not rock with, or do I just have to be like, well, that was a mistake he made? But the song was a good song. Separating the artist from their art. I think that's one of the main problems people have with one William Cosby. All the genius that William Cosby, as a young kid, I think I was formulating myself. I think I was becoming a comedian even before I knew I was becoming a comedian. 2 of my favorite books as a kid, in like 4th and 5th grade, 2 of my favorite books were Color Purple and Bill Cosby's Himself and Bill Cosby's Fatherhood. That's 3 books. That's 3 books. I listened to, I read those books. I'm talking about I read the books, hardcover books. Fatherhood, Himself by Bill Cosby, and The Color Purple. My Color Purple in 4th grade, I'll never forget Mrs. Franks took my Color Purple book in the 4th grade. I was afraid to tell my mama that she took the book. It was one of those, all you gotta do is tell your mama she can come get it back. I was just gonna wait till June. I'd be like, I'll wait till June to see if I can get it back. And there ain't gonna be no, I ain't telling my mama. Because my mama knew I wasn't supposed to have that book. And then finally a parent-teacher conference came and she's like, hey, I took this book from him. And then I still got the beating. Lasha Una said, the person has nothing to do with his talent. Eva Tay says, how many teenage girls got pregnant from the influence? But here's what I'll say to that, Eva Tay. If you were a child predator, you didn't become a child predator because of R. Kelly. You was already a child predator. I think you were already a child. You didn't, it won't, the fact that you were like, man, R. Kelly is slanging them young. Let me do the same thing. I think you already had that in you. I think people was getting pregnant. I think guys were getting young girls pregnant to music. I don't even know if that was first of all, as somebody who's A, a virgin, and B, would never take indecent liberties with a minor. I can't do anything young. That ain't for me. Like I don't even subscribe when guys will be like, I know some older guys and not even personal friends of mine. Like, this is guys I know. This ain't coming and going, meeting guys. Guys that'll be like 21. Hey, she 21. I'm in there. Sir, my child is 18. That's a slippery slope for me. My child is 18. I can't do it. I don't want to just cause she grown. No, cause I ain't in there. I don't need that. And a lot of guys will give you all kinds of excuses. Man, their body's in the best shape it ever be. Yeah, no. Once you get grown, you need a lady with them zebra tracks. You need some stretch marks, some guide marks, and whatever, because it's gonna get dark in there, and you can use the zebra tracks as a way to know where you're going. She gonna have them little lines on her. See, when they're young, that's how women mature. Women mature like potato chips. See that yellow bag of Lay's, that Lay's yellow bag, no ridges. That's a young people's chip. You see, you get it, it's all salty, it's just straight chip. But the older you get, the more grown you get, you need it a little thicker with the ridges in it. That's how you choose your woman. You need to step up from that yellow bag to the blue bag. When you get older, you don't want that yellow bag of chips. I ain't seen no real grown-ups, no adults buying that yellow bag of chips. We'll get that blue bag with them ridges. You get you some ridge strip. Get you a woman with ruffles. That's what you need. You need a ruffle woman. You've been out here wasting your time on these plain chips. Get you some ruffles. Because she can do a lot. You can dip with her. She's sturdy. She can get through stuff. Yeah, them young girls is in pristine shape. You ever try to pick up some salsa with a regular chip? Impossible. You ever dip that regular chip in some ranch and some dip? Some spinach dip? It's stupid. You can't do it. And you got to get you a woman with some ridges. Get you a ruffled woman. She get ruffled, she can go through some stuff. The first syllable of ruffles is rough. Man, she able to go through any fire with you. Sticking the dip, anything. No, sir. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Ain't nobody out there doing stuff with these young girls because they heard R. Kelly do it. That wasn't the thing. I read Fatherhood. I read Fatherhood. I read Himself. I read those Bill Cosby books, and I watched the Cosby Show, and I ain't slept nobody no Quaalude. You do it on your own. You are a grown person. You are a whole adult. You got to do things the right way. You're a whole adult. We have 58 minutes. I got to get out of here. There are some things that are difficult. I'll say this about separating the artist from the art. If the intention of I may have to take it on a song by song basis. There are certain songs with certain intentions, certain meanings. They meant it this way when they walked into the studio. I believe when he walked into the studio and he made age ain't nothing but a number, he was trying to justify the fact that he was in love with a young Aaliyah. And he knew what he was going to do to that young girl. Ridiculous and wrong. But I believe when he wrote The Greatest Sex I've Ever Had, and I don't know who he was thinking about, but I believe that song is amazing. From beyond this bed of mine, I see ceiling fans with you on top of me, and the window blinds are filled with rays of sun, and all your hidden fantasies thy will be done. And inside of your walls there will dwell a Capricorn who will feast your body all night. And if we keep this up, then a love child will be born. Listen, I don't know who he was thinking about when he wrote that song, but that right there, that thing is poetry. You hear me? Let me give it to you one more time. From beyond this bed of mine, I see ceiling fans with you on top of me, and the window blinds are filled with rays of sun. And all your secret fantasies, they will be done. And inside of your walls, there will dwell a Capricorn who will feast your body all night. And if we keep this up, then a love child will be born. All because The greatest you, the greatest me. We have found the greatest chemistry. Huh? Maybe your love stays constantly on my mind. That's Robert. So you got age is nothing but a number and greatest sex Robert. Two different things. Two different people. So we gotta just decide. When he sat in that studio and he wrote "I Wish," he wrote that from a place of pain, of hurt, of losing friends. Man is hurt. So I think we have to take the songs on their own merit, and I think we know that songwriters are flawed individuals. They are. Oh, are we holding back on "Hello" by Lionel Richie because he sang that to a little blind girl who was a student in his class? It's SVU. It's definitely SVU. Word of the day: news, weather, and sports. Weather. Let me tell y'all something. Let me give you. I know the weather. This weather is done, but can we just thank the Lord that this rain is gone? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I had to drive from Virginia all the way to New York in constant rain over 5 states. From Virginia to Maryland, Maryland to Delaware, Delaware to New Jersey, New Jersey to New York, all rain the whole time. It was crazy. Today's word of the day is genuflect. Genuflect. To genuflect is to kneel or nearly kneel on one knee and then rise again in worship or as an act of respect. In figurative use, genuflect means to be humbly obedient or respectful. Churchgoers genuflected before the altar. The politician was criticized for genuflecting to corporate interest. Genuflect. And that's what you do, fellas. At some point, you got to genuflect and ask that girl to marry you. Genuflect. 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 That's nice. That's a good word. I'm gonna use genuflect. One of these days, I'm a genuflect. Get myself a wife. I'm gonna be 70, but I'm gonna do it. I might not be able to rise back up. And we'll rise up. So that was weather. I already did weather. I don't know about news. In sports, March Madness is madnessing. March Madness is madnessing. I think the men's tournament is all the way down to its whole Sweet 16. There's been overtime games, double overtime. It took Houston overtime last night to defeat Texas A&M to make it to the Sweet 16. Somebody upset Dawn Staley and the women of South Carolina because they started a whole nother border war yesterday. They beat up on North Carolina in a way that should never happen ever. They obliterated the state directly above them. But now the Sweet 16 on the men's side is set. You have UConn versus San Diego State, Illinois versus Iowa State, Houston versus Duke, NC State versus Oakland, Purdue and Utah State, Gonzaga and Kansas, Oregon and Creighton, Clemson and Arizona, Grand Canyon loses to Alabama and North Carolina. I'm still a North Carolina fan. So my predictions, I can give y'all my predictions to make it to the Elite Eight. I'm going to have UConn over San Diego State. Iowa State will squeak one out over Illinois. North Carolina is going to have no problems with Alabama. Clemson to upset Arizona. Creighton to upset Tennessee. Gonzaga to upset Purdue. NC State, the 11th seed, to upset Marquette. Now, I'll never, ever root for Duke. Houston to lose to Duke. That'll be my Elite Eight. Which will leave final 4 predictions of UConn, Houston, Gonzaga, and North Carolina. You can do it. Now, the women's, listen, they haven't gotten all the way to the Sweet 16 yet. I don't know how they got games being played today, but South Carolina beat North Carolina 88-41 yesterday. They beat them they beat the reparations. They beat North Carolina back into a state of slavery. I don't know what's happening out there. It's crazy. So you got South Carolina, who's punched their ticket to the Sweet 16. Oregon State has done the same. University of Texas, Stanford, who defeated Norfolk State, is in. Duke has made it. Baylor, LSU, and Colorado. So you still got some exciting games to be played today, and the women's Sweet 16 will be all completed. Lasha Una said it's NC State for me all day. The women's tournament has been great. I think that, though, you can't take away from the excitement, the upsets, and the stuff that's going on in the men's tournament. The men's tournament has been great. The one thing that I don't like about NCAA tournament, as exciting as it is, as amazing as it is, you don't always get the best team to win the NCAA. It's the only sport, I think, where the best team doesn't generally win. The best team doesn't always win the men's basketball championship. It's a team that gets hot for the tourney. They win the tourney. They might not be the best team, but they win. In football, generally, you're going to have the best team win. In hockey, baseball, all of those things. Basketball, you can just get lucky at the right time, and then you're the champ. The champ is here. All right, I see people have logged off because they don't want to talk about sports. I have an affinity for sports. Big shout outs to one of my sponsors, Affiliated Athletics. They'll be coming in and doing an interview recently. Also, Dozier Seasonings. I met with Chef Dozier over the weekend. He thanks everybody who already purchased seasoning packs, man. So thank y'all so much for that. Delisa say play hard to go home, and they do. They play hard, and they play hard, and sometimes you still got to go home. Sometimes you got to have a cheater's mentality. You play hard and then go home. That happens. Man, there's another Monday. Remember, we got to master our Mondays. Remember, share the show. Let other people know that the show is happening. I appreciate that. Thank you, Franita. Let other people know that the show is happening. Share the show. Let other people know, hey, look, man, this is something that's cool, that's fun. It's a way to get your day started in the morning. And if you're watching in the evening, it's still as good in the evening, so you can have a good time. We do a lot of great stuff on here. That's the one thing. So share the show. Second, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, all we ask $1 for the week. You can do $1 a month. Matter of fact, if you want to do $1 a month, I'm fine with that. If you want to do $1 a month, send it right to the Cletus Comedy, and we'll do that. It helps fund me, and a lot of it goes to the United Negro College Fund, because I have a Negro that's in college, and I have to fund her, and so that helps. That helps a lot. Remember, we master our Mondays, man. We show Monday. We push through Monday so hard that the rest of the week has nothing to do but to. Oh man, cool. We master Monday in a way that Monday can only do one thing and show the rest of the week that you're gonna bow down, that we have power over our week. We're gonna make the week just know Tuesday is scared to do anything but make tacos. Wednesday knows that we hunching. Just set your whole week in the right way, starting off with your Monday, a positive mindset, man. Listen, whatever negative has happened, we have a chance to reset, push the reset button, and start all over again with a positive mindset. And our mindset, it helps us to move our mountains. Our mindset will help us move our mountains. When you see somebody and they're pushing that mountain and they're trying to make that mountain move, and you be like, man, that's crazy. Why are you doing it? Because my mind says that I can. And until you have that positive mindset, you're not even going to be able to go and attack that mountain. So our mindset helps us move our mountains. So we're going out there, man. Let's be mountain movers today. Let's go out there, just be great. Let's go out there and make somebody feel good today. Even if that somebody just happens to be you. Even if that somebody just happens to be you. It'll be a fantastic day. I'm out of here, man. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll get this thing done again on tomorrow. Sounds good to you? Because it sounds good to me. I love y'all, man. I'm out until tomorrow. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. once again.